Yorkshire. This is United Kingdom Talk with Chris Reardon.
Yeah! Oh, hang on, where's my words? Feeling hot, hot, hot. Yeah! Feeling hot, hot, hot. Me mind on fire, me soul on fire. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Oh, so hot! All the people all around me feeling hot, hot, hot. We're so hot, hot, hot. We're so hot, hot, hot. Yes, good morning, boys and girls. Where are we now? Good morning. It's another day, another dollar, or another pound if you're here in the UK. We don't do euros, darling. Monopoly money, my loves. We don't do euros. Good morning. It's Thursday, the 25th of June 2020. Welcome along to this morning's live United Kingdom talk, coming to you from Television Centre here in Royal Berkshire. I thought, as it was lovely weather at the moment, my darlings, we'd do a little musical intro at no additional expense to you, you lucky things. Not an extra penny. Nothing. Zilch. Zero. Nothing. So hot yesterday. I don't know. I didn't really curtail my walk because I'd got too far into it. I went out for a walk yesterday as usual. Oh, I meant to upload the map. Never mind. Doesn't matter. You've probably seen enough of those anyway. And I managed to do about 4.5 miles on the walk, but I did feel not right actually about halfway into it, at which point I decided to turn back. Sadly, as usual, I got lost once again, boys and girls, so it took me a little bit longer to get back than I did. And I came back here and I literally collapsed on the settee downstairs after putting the dinner on. And then shortly after dinner, I think I went to bed about 2 o'clock in the afternoon because I've got some nice cold, like I've got in here, I've got the cold air in here as well. See, sitting on the cold air coming out of there, right? And I've got one in the bedroom, not as good as that one. It's one of those portable ones, and it does make a difference. You just lay on the bed and sort of drifted off, and that was quite nice. I slept all right. I don't know how you're sleeping at the moment. We've got a little sleep item coming up during the show today, boys and girls. We've got the Super Chatters raffle as well. This week's Super Chatters prize is the mug. Okay, all your tickets are in there. All those that have come in so far anyway. If you send a super chat today, boys and girls, you will go in for that one as well. So if you're interested in that, if you send us any super chats at all, every time you send us £1 super chat, I'll give you a free raffle ticket and we'll put it in the thing over there and you might well win the mug. All right, so that's happening a little bit later on in the show today. Shall we say hello to the early birds here today? Jason Hughes, good morning. Diane Jebb, morning Diane. Michael Polman, hello to you, sir. Daniel Woodhouse, Peter Wright, Mandy Davenport, she's there, always there. Morning, Mandy. Rachel is there. Morning, Rachel. Morning. Poor Rachel's at work at the moment. She can't watch us live, can you, a lot of the time? You are missed, Rachel. You are one of the very, very few people on here who are missed. Certain people wouldn't be missed. Certain people, you would be missed, my darling. Queen of TikTok is here. We got all the celebrities here today. Queen of TikTok. We got Mandy Davenport in charge of pain and suffering. So many very, very important people here on the show today. Michael Polman, who is head of, just a moment, I've got lists here of everyone's jobs that have been given out so far. So many bits of paper. I mean, look at it. What a mess it is here, dear. It gets worse. These are like shows from like last week. I must chuck away some of these bits of paper. Oh, here we are. Michael Polman, he does something. Head of Nature on this channel. So many important people. Morning. Morning, Diane Jebb. Hello, Diane. There's Gavin Bass. Morning, Gavin. Gavin Bass. Just a moment. There's a job for Gavin Bass. There's a job for Gavin Bass. Gavin Bass. Head of Twitter retweets. There you go. There you go, Gavin. You've got a job. Head of Twitter retweets. Okay, my love. Morning to Joey Millen. Hello to you, sir. Morning to the delightful Ray Reynolds, who fell over on Monday. No. You didn't fall over on Monday, Ray. Remember, you're over 50 now. Therefore, you've had a fall. You haven't fallen over. Fallen over is for little people under the age of 50. Okay? Once you go over 50, you've had a fall. So he's fractured his shoulder. Oh, I bet that's blooming painful. Have you got some sort of attachment or bandage, or I don't know what they do with fractured shoulders? I know with broken arms they have like a sling going on like that, don't they? Some people have slings hanging from their ceiling. Did you know that? Very strange and mysterious people. Morning to Mari Lowe. Hope you get better soon, Ray. I'll give you a ring later on when I'm on my walk, okay? Who did I say hello to? But lovely Mari Lowe is there. Hello, Mari. You right, darling? All right, here we are again to have a little bit of fun in the morning. John Aitken, lots of little stars from John Aitken. Little star, I think they're little suns, aren't they? Morning to you, John. Amelia Dodd in the house. There's LaBelle. Early today, LaBelle. Good morning, LaBelle. Your emerald-eyed strawberry daiquiri of magic. Oh, look, yeah, I've only got 2 summer shirts. Both of these were given to me by my lovely friend, non-Irish Mary from Ireland, who we lost last year. And I shall always keep these. She was a very special lady. All right. Denise Andrews. Good morning, Denise. I must show you something. Good morning to the Hits. Hello to the Hits. Is that a radio station, the Hits? I get a feeling that might be something to do with radio. Is it? Maybe I'm completely wrong. I don't know. Ray Reynolds is in a sling, incident. Yes. I mean, what? Yeah, but what about your shoulder, Ray? Oh, I'm feeling particularly naughty this morning, I have to say. I am feeling particularly naughty this morning, so do watch out. While Denise is there nice and early, I must show you, Denise sent me a little gift in the post. Now, you may remember me showing you my slippers last week, which, you know, are a little bit worn. Just a little bit worn. There's not much, well, there's no tread on there at all. That's smoother than my face is when I've just had a shower, that is. You know, I won't say it's smoother than a baby's bum, because someone will start screaming out pedo or something out there. Do you know, my mate called me the other day, right, because he's got a kitten. My mate, we have a very sick sense of humour, me and my mate. He's got a kitten, and I always make a beeline for it, although it's a bit wary of people at the moment. It don't like people to come near it, except my mate and his other half, because, of course, they're around it all the time. So I always go over to the kitten, who's less than, I think she's just got to a year old, so he now calls me a kitten pedo, because I go for young cats. Sorry, is that not supposed to be funny? Oh, that's really terrible. No, people haven't got sense to do that. I'm now a cat. I'm a kitten pedo because I go for young cats. Anyway, so back to the slippers. Yes, it's very smooth on the back there, right? And, you know, there's a little bit missing from the top there, as you can see. And the backs are worn down a little bit, I suppose you could say. But they're still quite comfortable. I mean, the insides, I mean, they're a little bit worn in there as well, as you can see. But in my mind, you know, I'm not someone that wastes money. I'm not someone that likes to throw things away too easily. And I just think there might be a few years left in those. Would anyone like these? You know, probably, like some of the other stuff I've mentioned over a period of time, these will be worth a lot of money on eBay. You know, because they've been worn by top international television personality Chris Reardon. You know, I just feel they would be worth a lot of money at some point. The Hits is a radio station, so good morning to you, The Hits. Just a little bit of fun we have here every morning. Nothing too serious. Don't come on with any politics or anything like that because you get ignored. Fun, fun, fun. That's our middle name. So I have a feeling, you know, I think we should possibly put these in one of the raffles, don't you? I mean, I won't put them in the Super Chatter raffles because probably the ticket thing behind us will fill up with tickets very quickly if I was to put those in. You know, I think maybe as a bingo prize, as a main bingo prize, I'll put those in for the bingo prize on Sunday. You know, someone will probably, and then you hold on to them for probably no longer than a couple of weeks, and immediately they'd be worth about £500 or £600. You know, I think that's excellent. Anyway, Denise took it upon herself to purchase and send through the post via Royal Mail a new pair of slippers. Look at these. Oh, look at these. Oh, They don't even smell of feet yet. Hang on, let me see if there's any insects crawled in there. Sometimes you get... In Australia, ask Michael Pullman, he'll tell you. You don't dare sit on a toilet or put a pair of slippers on without looking first. Good God, no. Man-eating spiders hiding in the... You put your little toe in. Ow, what was that? And you pull your foot out of the slipper. There's a big toe missing. Why? Because the spider has eaten it. Very dangerous place, Australia. Very, very dangerous. Be aware. Be warned. So I have these new slippers as purchased for me from the lovely Denise Andrews, wife of Alton Andrews, who is king of internet radio. No, king of radio. King of radio. There you go. So thank you very much for those, Denise. These feel incredibly... Look, I haven't even taken out the paper yet. I might leave the label on so that people know that they're new. Sometimes if I buy a new item of clothing, you know, you want people to know that you have spent time and effort going out and selecting a new item of clothing, you know, in Marks and Spencer's or wherever, Ralph Lauren, wherever you're going to, Primark, doesn't matter, wherever you go. You want people to know that. Now, if you haven't got the label on, how do they know? How do they know? They might have thought, oh, he's just pulled that out of the cupboard. No, you want them to know that. So my advice is always leave the label on the item. Absolutely. So that when you go out and people say, oh, why is that label on there? You know, they're bound to say something. People that notice things that are incorrect all the time in their sad, lonely, pathetic little minds. Oh, that's not right over there. That's not right over there. Oh, look, you've got a label on. Oh, I'm a sad, lonely, pathetic person, so I need to point that out to you. And then you can turn around, smile with the biggest smile that you've ever had in your entire life and say, no, actually, it's new. What have you got on? And then look them up and down. And to do that look. You know that look when you're not interested? Go like that. That's what you're going to do. So I'm now live exclusively on this show now. Live, boys and girls. And we're now going to switch to camera 2. Look, there's cameras everywhere here, darling. It's a professional setup. It's not an amateur programme, you know. Not amateur. I'm now going to try on these live in front of everyone there now, boys and girls. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, so comfortable. Oh, I think I should do my show like this now, so that I can keep the the new slippers in view. Hang on a minute. Does that work? Oh no, a little bit higher than that. Our love is lifting me higher. Just a minute. There we are. How's that now? How's that now? Because I want Denise to know how appreciative I am of her new slippers. Thank you, Denise. Oh, that's lovely. That is. I could just fall asleep here like this. You know. Do you know the advantage of looking at this calendar, at this camera, is that I can't see messages coming up of people moaning. That's quite. Now I might do the show like this in future. You know, quite relaxed and like that. You know, very, very comfortable. Oh dear. Oh, Denise. Oh, they're so soft, darling. So soft. I remember when in my old slippers, I had foam in there before it all wore away. They just don't make things like they used to, do they, Denise? You know, I mean, I've had those slippers about 8 years, I suppose, and already they're falling apart. I think it's disgusting. If only I could remember where I purchased them from, I would take them back immediately. It's outrageous. You just don't get the service anymore, do you, Denise? You really don't. So thank you very, very much for sending those there, Denise. Not only that, she has been making little cards as well. Look at these. She's been making cards. Look, cards. I think we might put one of these in the Super Chatter thing next week. Yeah, these are little cards that you could send to someone. And it says, I listen to Chris Reardon live on YouTube, 8:45 daily, except, of course, on a Sunday. And she's made these, and she says, hello, Chris. In case I didn't win one, I have made my own fridge magnet. Okay? Oh, it's double-sided, look. 2 for the price of 1. It's double-sided, that card. In case I didn't win, I've made my own fridge magnet. Oh, what's that say there? They made, and I made some cards. The quality of the photo is rubbish as I nicked it from Facebook. Oh, you just nick what you want from me. I don't have any copyright issues with anyone. Oh, I can't be doing with all that business. Oh, you can't use. Oh, that's my work. I want money for that. No, don't worry about that, my love. Any picture you see taken by me, videos, bits of whatever, feel free to use. The only thing I would say, be careful if you ever nick any of my music, because I've already paid for that, and you haven't. Therefore, it's not a problem with me, but it would be with the people who make the music, right? If you want to sign up to a music company, if you do videos and that, I recommend Epidemic Sounds. That's where all the music comes from that you hear on this show. Epidemic Sounds, all right? And for that, you pay £10 a month for that, and that covers all your copyright rights. And you link it up to your YouTube channel as well, so that you never get like any copyright problems. Highly recommended. Okay. She says. But you get the idea. All the best wishes from the delightful Denise Andrews. There we are, a little message in there. So thank you very much for that, Denise. And we have 1, 2. She sent 4 cards in there. So if it's all right with you, Denise, I'd love to give those away. I think that makes a lovely little prize, that. I really do. And I'll put those in the Super Chatter raffle, maybe one of the bingo prizes as well. Okay, let's just scroll back a little bit there. I'm feeling very naughty. I hope to be nice, Mandy. It's very difficult sometimes with some of the stuff people post, but I will do my best, my love. I now have on my new I feel like I'm bouncing here. Oh, yeah. I'm bouncing. Oh, it's like being in Chariots. I'm bouncing again. Look at that. I'm bouncing away here with my new foam slippers on. I love it. Morning to Heidi Young. Hello to you, my love. Shania, good morning. Your show is a cure for blocked ears. My ear has just popped, and it's a lot better than what it was. That's what we do on this show, Shania. All sorts of illnesses people have when they come and watch a show. End of the show, it's all gone. You know, there was only last week, and you may not have been with us, only last week, there was someone watching the show, and they had a heart attack. They had a massive heart attack, and they were like 3 seconds away from death. One of the people in the household rushed over to that person and brought another device over, so they had me on 2 screens, and bang! Oh, I feel so much better now. It happens. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. I could do lots more jokes like that, but I don't dare do them, to be honest. So there we are. This is the show that makes your ears pop. You know that. Rachel said, my dog would like to chew your slippers. I bet they would. I think you'd like a little chew, wouldn't you, Rachel? Are you looking at my earlobes? You are, aren't you? Rachel's looking at them. She wants a little chew of my earlobes. I used to like ears. I had an ear fetish. I used to chew people's ears. They didn't always like it. It was about 20 years ago. I was in a place and I stuck my tongue in this lad's ear. He weren't happy. What did you do that for? Because you like it, I said. All the things we do. John says, go and treat yourselves to a lovely pair of slippers from M&S. Don't need to. I've got a much better pair. Look, thank you. As purchased for me by the delightful Denise Andrews. Thank you very much. This week's slippers, next week a 75-inch telly. You never know what's coming through the door. You really don't. Good morning to Park Nest. Hello to you. Heidi Young says, those old slippers are good for spanking. Oh, I don't know if I'm into that, Heidi. Spank it. Some people are into that, aren't they? Spanking. You know, spanking and whipping. Of course, Mandy does that as a job, the whipping, as you know, darling. With the pain and suffering. People do spanking. It's shocking. It really is. Amelia thinks I should keep the other slippers. Jason says those slippers would need fumigating. You're probably right, Jason. And can I suggest, when eventually you get your house fumigated, you could put the slippers in there as well and get them done at the same time. We've heard what sort of place you live in. Oh, dear me, love. Is it true there's more insects than people living in your house, my love? Little beetles and that going around, dear? Dreadful. Good morning to Fiona Hunt. Good morning, Fiona. I'm blending in with the backdrop there. Do you like it? Yeah, you can. You can't even see me, can you? Look, I have to keep opening my eyes and smiling a lot so you can see the whites against the pink backdrop there. Morning, Fiona. Hello to Dr. Gregorian. That look them up and down. You've done that a few times, Chris. Yes, I have, Heidi. Once or twice. Adrian, good morning. Can you help me? I've got to go to the hospital today. Have a foot and mouth problem. I've got you on the screens, but it's not working. I might try and put you on the third TV and see what happens. Yeah, you have got a foot and mouth problem, actually, Adrian. I know that for a fact. The foot problem is that you keep going to the pub, and the mouth problem seems to reverberate through your fingers on the keyboard, putting stupid messages. That's what your problem is. If you hold two devices in your hand, you'll get rid of the mouth problem because your fingers are connected to your mouth, you see, and then you won't be able to type stupid messages anymore. Okay? There's my advice to you, as you asked. As you asked. As you asked. Colin Kay, good morning to you, and Michael Lawrence joining us as well there. Excellent. No expense spared for the slippers. I can see that, my love. These are not cheap slippers. These are not £9.99 slippers, the sort of which I would buy. Watch out for poisonous spiders. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right, let's get on with this then, darlings. As I say, very hot yesterday. Got back, though, I rested a bit. I went in my cool bedroom, slept for a while. But I did have a headache when I woke up, which indicates to me I probably didn't drink enough water. I tend not to, foolishly, if I'm on my bike, I'll have a bottle of water in the back bag, you know. But if I'm doing a walk, I don't take a bottle with me because it's blooming well something to carry, you know. I've got this little bag that I have on, but really it's only got enough space for a few tissues. You know what they're for, Rachel, don't you? With our IBS, you never know. It's happened before, you know. Be prepared. Be prepared. So I have some tissues and wet wipes in my bag, and I have my mobile phone and my keys. I don't think I'd get a bottle of water in there as well. It's certainly not. I've got a lovely metal bottle actually that my sister bought me for Christmas, and she bought it actually to fill up with tea, so that on my journeys to and from London for the karaoke, I'd be able to use that. But it's come in just as useful on my bike. I fill it up with water, just chuck it in the back of the bike, and off I go. The only thing is when I'm walking, I just don't want to carry something else. But I think maybe I should today try and take water with me as well, because that's how it. Michael says, "How do we send you things?" Denise's husband is a very close, a very, very good friend of mine. I worked with him on the radio station, Liberty Radio. I mean, he was there for years, but I was only there. I was brought in there with my friend David Rosen. You know, maybe you'll know David Rosen, because they didn't have a DJ or a radio presenter overnight there, and they replaced it with a machine, basically a jingle machine, which wasn't ideal to play out a whole night of music, and it kept breaking down. So they brought me and my friend David Rosen in sort of very quickly, and that's how I got there. I was only there I think I was there about a year and a half. Alton was there for years and years, and I don't think I was that good at it, to be honest, but I got on with it and I had a wonderful time. And, you know, you ask anyone who's been on the radio to actually be on a radio station in London, it's like people would give their right arm for that. And we were very, very lucky to be sort of in the right place at the right time. And we got a year and a half out of it, and it was great fun. I had great fun there. I did 2 to 6:30 a.m. Let me tell you, there was a couple of times where I nearly fell asleep. In fact, if I remember rightly, there was a bloke there before us, and he got sacked because he fell asleep halfway through his shift. It could happen today. I could fall asleep while I'm doing this show today. Oh, we've got a super chat coming. There we are. Thank you, Shania. £1.99 super chat tip for helping unblock her ear. Did you see Shania sent in a little video of her playing the violin yesterday, which was just fantastic. We really enjoyed that, Shania. We really did enjoy that. So if you didn't see that yesterday, just go back to yesterday's show and watch that, okay? Look for the show. Actually, I think we put the wrong date on it yesterday, if I remember rightly. Let me just have a quick check for you, darlings. Oh, I can't look now. It might have the wrong date on it. Just type in YouTube, United Kingdom Talk, Wednesday the 24th of June 2020, or try the 23rd of June. It might be the wrong date on there, which I'll correct. Okay, if the text anyway. Obviously, I can't correct the talking bit. 2 free raffle tickets for you there, Shania. Okay, 639 and 640. All right, every time you send us a £1 tip, I'll give you a free raffle ticket, and that's for the mug, which we'll be doing later on in the show today. So don't go too far. There's my thing there. Yes, so Alton, and that's why Denise has got my address, because Alton's a very good friend of mine. I don't really give out my address willy-nilly, because you never know who's watching. You know, there might be, at this moment, I don't know, religious extremists or some sort of large left-wing group on its way here at this moment to take over this show and start spouting stuff on here. Not going to happen. We are a lightweight show, light-hearted fun. That's what we do. So, a couple of raffle tickets for the Shania, and we're pleased. If you've got anyone else who's got any medical conditions at all, you know, feel free. Feel free to ask on here. But remember, you asked, so I will give you an answer. Okay? Be warned. You might not like the answer, but if you're going to comment, expect an answer. Some people don't always like the answer. Well, you shouldn't have bleeding commented in the first place, did you? Okay? So that's why they've got my address there, Michael. Other people before have sent stuff to Central Station, and I've picked up stuff from there before, though it doesn't, I have to say, sometimes it gets lost there. But no, there isn't an address to send anything to. I think someone was just mentioning a P.O. box there or something else. P.O. box, was that Mick? Yeah, Chris, you need a P.O. box. Well, Mick, I used to have a P.O. box. I used to. And it was a reasonable charge, and I had it for about 3 or 4 years. And then suddenly the charge shot up substantially. I mean, it was silly money. It became really... It went up. Say, for example, if it was 30 quid a year, it went up to 80. And then I thought, no, you're taking a mick, so I stopped it. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It really went up an awful lot, so I stopped the P.O. box. So I'm afraid, no, you can't send stuff to me. Some YouTubers are okay with people knowing their addresses. I wouldn't want a large left-wing group coming up here, you know. I'm afraid I'd have to shoot every last one of them, my darlings. I have phasers around this very, very large, substantial television centre here in the heart of Berkshire. I have phasers, machine guns, electric fence. There's a moat going around it. Wild packs of wild dogs are running around here, you know, looking out for large, even small left-wing groups, you know. There was one spotted the other day. What an idiot. She tried to stick herself to my electric fence with super glue. She's like, I was sitting here watching her on the camera, and I'd flick a little switch. Yes. Oh, you know those water cannons that Boris wasn't allowed to keep? I bought them from him. They're on my roof. There's 2 people on the roof keeping an eye out for people like that, dear. We don't want them here. Thank you. Go away. Stop it now. You're making me very, very naughty this morning. Mice. Let me tell you this. So my sister has informed me that she has found mice in my nephew's bedroom. Young Jimmy. Young's 22 now. She's found mice in there. Not only that, this gets better, he knew about them. He's quite happy to have mice in his bedroom. And she says, she pulled the bed back. Oh, Andy has just sent in a £1 tip. Thank you, Andy. Let me give you a free raffle ticket. It's ticket number 641. Ticket number 641 for Andy. There you go. All right, darling. Put that in there for you. We'll do the raffle a little bit later on in the show today. Yeah, my sister's pulled back the bed and found... Good morning, Joe. And found mice under there. She got 2. When questioning my nephew about... And what was it doing under there? Right? So my nephew, he has takeouts, doesn't he? Right? Well, he don't eat them all. So where does it go? In the bin? No. He shoves them under the bed. Together with beer cans. Dreadful. He's a football fan. I mean, it says it all really, doesn't it? It gets better. A Chelsea football fan. And we're not surprised there's cans of beer and half-eaten takeaways underneath the bed. Awful. Well, he's got mice in there. And that's what they were living on. The half-eaten takeaways underneath the bed. Gordon, I didn't ask her if there was any mould on any of them. Not good, is it? Come on. Come on, Jimmy. You don't watch this. This programme is far too uncool for my nephew to watch. The older one sometimes dips in and out, as you know. He is a moderator, although we might lose Gary as a moderator because he's moderating on so many channels now, apparently. He says, I generally only moderate on professional channels. That's what he said to me. So I might have to leave your one. How rude is that? Might have to leave my channel to go and moderate on a professional channel, apparently. Huh? Yes, it's outrageous. Anyway, so, he's found... Oh, shut up. Sorry, I just hit the mouse there. It's all very technical in here. Lots of little buttons to suddenly hit. So these mice have been living on the half-eaten takeaways under his bed. It's disgusting. So she questions him about that. She says, I found mice in your room. Oh, I know about them. What? What? You didn't do anything about them? And then she says, what do you mean? And he says to her, when he's playing his Xbox, I don't know, PlayStation, Xbox, whatever he's got, Nintendo, I don't know what he's got. When he's playing his computer game, right, he said a mouse sits on one of the shelves and watches him. He knew about the mice. But how could you have that in the house? I mean, I'm terrified. If I hear so much as a gnat buzzing around in my room, I have to get it out. I can't sleep. Best one was a mosquito, okay? I was on holiday in Italy. Oh, you want to see this one I got off with out there? Oh, dear. I think I must have been drunk that night. I'm going back a long time here. 22, 23 years or something like that. Anyway. So I got off with someone one night, right? And then I'm sitting by the pool with all my friends. And this one, I'm not even going to describe her or anything. And this one walks past and they said, who's that over there? And I'm like, oh, no. And they looked at me and I looked at them and they said, oh, Chris, you didn't, did you? And I'm like, oh. I'm terrible. I'm a terrible person. God knows how they allow me into church when we open again on Sundays. Dreadful. Anyway, back to my story and the gnat. So in my room, while I was on holiday in Italy, I was asleep one day. I could hear this mosquito. Of course, you don't hear it when you get into the bed. No, it's deadly quiet. It's there watching. The mosquito is watching on the top of a lampshade or something like that. You get into bed, it's all lovely and quiet. You've got your air conditioning on because it's in Italy and it's very hot. And you just drift. Zzz. Oh, no. Zzz. Zzz. Oh, just ignore it. I'll go to sleep. Zzz. No, you can't ignore that sound. And then there you are with a towel wrapped around like trying to get this gnat. They're very quick. Not gnat, mosquito. Horrible things. So noisy. How can such a small creature make so much noise? Mind you, you have got babies, haven't you? They make a lot of noise as well, don't they? Oh, dear. Absolutely awful. Having a baby next to you if you've got a caravan like me. Up at Chapel Hill in Lincolnshire, you got a baby in that caravan next to your caravan. You're not going to sleep, sunshine. You'll be up there at 3 o'clock in the morning when it wants Bitty. Mummy, Bitty. And for that few moments while it's having Bitty off its mummy, then you might get a bit of quiet. Then it wakes up again at 4, doesn't it? Again. Mummy, Bitty. Suck it away it is, dear. Oh, awful. So gnats, little creatures in the house, no, I can't sleep with them. So my nephew says, yeah, I used to see it. It stands up there and watches me playing my computer game. Oh my God, I thought, really? That's not the only incident of it? No. So his girlfriend stays over or not. Nice girl, Charlotte's her name, right? She stays over and not. I mean, my mum. I don't know. My mum would be resting in her grave, having girlfriends staying over at people's houses like that. Oh, it would never have happened in my day. It would never have happened. Oh, mind you, it did once. It did once. I brought a girl back to my mum's house. And now I'm older, I realise how totally, in those days, how totally and utterly disrespectful that was. And I hate myself for that. I kid you not. I hate myself for that. Very disrespectful. But these days, a different thing altogether. So the girlfriend stays over a lot. They've been together for quite some time now, right? And she woke up one morning and she thought there's something in my hair. A mouse had got... This is not a joke. I'm not making this up. A mouse had got tangled up in her hair. Oh, while she's laying on the bed. No one said anything to my sister about this. She's just discovered all this when she went up there and found the mice under the bed. Have you ever heard anything like it? Shocking. Shocking. She's up there all the time having to clear up after him. Dear me, how has that happened? How has that happened to my nephew? He's become one of them. You know, not one of them, as in me, one of them. People who leave half-eaten meals underneath the bed. Shocking. There's my sister's up and down the stairs, clearing up after him, doing all the washing. Shocking, dear. Shocking. Anyway, that's the mice story. Anyone else have a mice infestation? I had some outside the caravan. They've never come into the caravan. All I've had in this caravan is spiders and black. I had black beetles once, 3 of them, on different occasions, and then I didn't see any anymore. So just those really. I had a wasp, occasionally wasps and flies. Horrible things, aren't they? Anyway, at least I'd. Oh, and more news on the mice. More news on the mice. So my sister, what does she do with the mice? She gets them and puts them in this plastic thing, like a cage type affair, I think it was. I'm not sure exactly what it was. Right? She puts them in there. Oh, they've now become pets, or at least so she thought. So she's very, very clever, my sister, with making things and bits and pieces, just like my brother-in-law. So she's got in this, I think it was a plastic thing or a cage, I'm not sure what, I can't remember what she showed me now. But she's put in there toilet roll tubes, right? And bits of cotton wool and other little things that she's made and is very proud, and quite rightly so. She's made things out of all this stuff and put the mice in there. So they're now pets. And she's video calling me, you know. Oh, look at them. Oh, look, they're asleep. And I'm like, where? They're in the cotton wool. Of course, they're white mice. White mice. They're white mice, so you can't really see them in the cotton wool. So that's that. Anyway, so I'm on the phone yesterday to my nephew, the older nephew, right? He's got his own family. Well, I found out something that my sister hasn't told me. Okay? The mice have now chewed through the plastic lid and are now somewhere in the house. Terrible state of affairs. Dear me. Isn't it shocking? I'm not going up there. I might be eaten by a mouse. Not like that. My caravan is spotless compared there. Terrible. Have you ever had mice or anything like that? Bit scary, really, isn't it, man? Anyway, so that's the mice story in Jimmy's room. I will keep you fully informed of anything else that's going on there, boys and girls. Okay, let's do some of your messages here. Good morning to Roger Day. Excuse me. Morning to Roger Day. Roger's on the radio. Morning, Roger. Me and him think very alike, where it's funny how most of us on here are of similar thoughts, aren't we? You kind of surround yourself with people that think the same, don't you? Morning to Roger Day. In Spain, it's illegal to drive in flip-flops. That's right, Roger. I've got that story coming up on the show today, actually, a story about flip-flops. Good morning to Stu Art. Morning to you, sir. Mum should never look under their sons' beds. Many strange and mysterious things are not for their eyes. Very, very strange and mysterious things are under sons' beds in bedrooms. Mums know exactly what's going on. I'm telling you that now. Don't ever think, if there's any young boys watching this programme, don't think your mum doesn't know what you get up to in that room of yours. Although they don't fund the magazines anymore, do they? Because everyone's watching the stuff on YouTube or other U-type channels. Andy was in a hotel once in Birmingham. Not kidding, a rat appeared in our room. Oh, God. Oh, no. How awful. Mandy, yes, yuck, mouse pee everywhere. And they do. The mice go everywhere. I bet those mice have weed on his blooming mattress as well. Would it smell, would you know, if a mouse has weed? Because you wouldn't have much weed coming out, would you? You know, not like me at like 3 o'clock in the morning when I have to wake up and go to the toilet. You know, I stand there. I must be there half an hour. It just keeps gushing out. Where's it all coming from, all this weed? That's what I wonder. How awful. Who was it else? There was someone... Yeah, when I was talking to my nephew's wife last night, actually, I think it was her. No, it was my nephew. There's another channel. I won't mention the channel. There's another channel and someone was on there, and I gather they said, do you watch Chris Reardon show? And do you know what they said? This person who was watching the other channel, they said, no, I can't stand his voice. How rude is that? Can't stand his voice. What's wrong with my voice? Apparently, millennial sort, millennial sort. Can't stand my voice. How rude. Rude. Adrian's off to the hospital today to cut one of his feet or legs off. Okay, Adrian, good luck with that. Maybe they'll let you take it home. You can take it home and cook it on a barbecue. Better than killing another animal, isn't it, dear, and eating that. Let's just scroll down a little bit there. Rachel, if you... Ooh, where are we going now? It's jumped. Rachel, if you kept the spiders, they would eat the flies. Will you walk into my parlour, stead the spider to the fly? There was an old lady who swallowed a spider. I don't know why she swallowed a... There was an old lady who swallowed a fly. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old lady who swallowed a spider. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die. Great song. And it goes on and on. Eventually she swallows a horse. She must have had a big mouth. Must have been Gemma Collins. She eats horses, doesn't she? Sometimes she eats them without even realising it, I've heard. She's kind of driving through the country and opens her mouth to yawn and swallows a horse. If you look carefully at Gemma Collins' stomach, when she's wearing that awful swimming costume she's got on, you can see little feet kicking inside it. That's not a baby, it's horses. Watch out for horses. Have you heard Gemma Collins' podcast? Oh, it's awful. Just awful. Shania, are they still together after that experience? Apparently so, yes. I think they look at the mice as their babies, to be honest. It's very strange, Shania. Very, very strange. Honestly, having girlfriends in your house before you're married? Where's it all coming from, Shania? Don't tell the bishop, for God's sake, dear. Morning to AD. Good morning to AD there. Hello to you. Welcome to the show, AD. Butler's Empire in the house. There we are. There's my sister. They were not white. They were field mice. Well, they were grey then. Well, I couldn't see them. There you are. Butler's Empire is in the house. Talking about the mice there. Let's have a look. I've heard horse is quite nice to eat. Have you had a horse burger before? Andy says Gemma Collins is the horse. Maybe so. Maybe so. I don't know. All right. Where are we going now? So that's the mice story. Here's an idea for the karaoke. Now, we've had some information. Let's go to and find that. In the Sun. Here we go. And I kind of already knew this. In the Sun today, sit down. Pubs won't be allowed to hold karaoke nights or let customers dance under new strict rules to help keep patrons safe from the virus. It's the end of embarrassing renditions of hit songs for a while as pubs readjust to the new normal. and owners how to prevent patrons taking part in communal dancing and live performance. One of the things with singing at a karaoke is everyone is grabbing that microphone. And I've had people come up to me before, you know, who hadn't been at the karaoke for a couple of weeks. Sorry, I haven't been here. I've had the most terrible chest infection. I think I might have caught it from a microphone, which is quite possible, I suppose, when you think about it. So, I mean, karaoke is a big no-no, and I knew that right from the beginning of all this. I knew that we were out for ages. Drag queens, singers, karaoke people, DJs. Well, DJ would make someone dance. So I think that's out of the question. All these entertainment jobs are out the window. Who ever thought? It says in the guidance tells pub owners that the government have produced to take steps to prevent people in other close contact activities, such as communal dancing. It added all venues should ensure that steps are taken to avoid people needing to unduly raise their voices to each other. Oh, wait till they're drunk, dear. That's when the fighting starts, isn't it? It doesn't happen in gay pubs, really, to be honest. Certainly in straight pubs, they shout, you know, "You're looking at my bird!" You're looking at, well, lesbian pubs as well. They don't like if you look at their girlfriends. They get very upset. "You're looking at my bird! You're looking at my bird!" In gay clubs, if that happens, if someone looks at your other half and they look interested, that's okay. You just walk off and move on to someone else. We're not bothered about it. If 5 or 6 in a night sometimes, we're not bothered. But if you're in a straight pub, "You're looking at my missus? Why are you looking at my missus?" It's a bit like that, isn't it? You know. It goes on to say, this includes, but is not limited to, refraining from playing music or broadcasts that may encourage shouting, including if played at a volume that makes normal conversation difficult. Now, I have DJ'd in places where they have a sound limiter. It's not fun. To have to keep that music low, right, really does not... You might as well not have a DJ. To be honest, you may as well not have a DJ if you've got to keep that music low. Really, it's absolutely pointless. It goes on to say loud music and sports broadcasts will all be banned in British pubs to keep people on their best behaviour. Dance floors will also be repurposed into table areas, as patrons will need to be sat down if they want to be indoors. Another favourite part-time is also on the chopping block. The pub quiz will have to stay virtual for at least the moment. As you know, we do a pub quiz on this channel every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. And it goes on to say this is because of the concerns it could use to yelling because the spread of the virus. And indeed it does, because I've done quizzes in pubs. When someone wins, they want the whole world to know. You can understand that, you know. So they start shouting. So there we are. Karaoke, completely and totally out of the question. Absolutely out of the question there. And that's one of those things, all right? So there've been no more singing or entertainment or anywhere for a while, I'm afraid. And that's just how it is there. All right. Good. Okay, so that's the karaoke. I've shown you the slippers. Yesterday, I spent 3 hours in here yesterday creating a new opening video for our Lincolnshire television studio complex, where I hope to be this time in 2 weeks' time, all things being well. I should be able to go up to the caravan in a couple of weeks' time. So I spent it takes 3 hours to do a 2-minute video that I wanted it to look a certain way, if you see what I mean. 3 hours I spent doing that yesterday. Anyway, that's all up and done. I thought I'd show it to you now, but no. And then I thought to myself, no, I'll leave it. I'll leave it. And we'll wait till we're up there, and then we'll get going from up there. Probably I will go up, not this Sunday, but the Sunday after, straight after the bingo. I'll drive up there, so I won't get there till 2 o'clock in the morning. There will be some computer updates to do, so it may be that that particular Monday we do a later show, or not at all, just see how it goes, all right? Play it by ear there. Fiona, I use lesbian clubs sometimes. My partner loves it. When other women look at her, she smiles back and says, "You can look but can't touch." There you are. You may look but do not touch. I like to be touched a lot, actually, Fiona. It's not happened for some years, unfortunately. It's just the way it is, isn't it, my love? Morning to Peter Palawoda. Welcome along to Peter this morning. What is a talking head? Are you a talking head? What is that? I don't know what a talking head is. Is that something? I don't know what a talking head there is, really. AD, didn't Tesco do horse burgers and dress them up as beef burgers? Yes, I think they did, AD, actually. I'm sure they did that. I'm sure they did that. Stuart Little on the run again? Yep, in my sister's house. They'll have to set some traps or something. You can't have mice running around, can you? It's just my nephew seems to be quite happy with them in there. I'm sure Martin could turn him into a burger. Martin's still a vegetarian, you know. He started it in January just to see how it is. He still is. 6 months later. It's good, isn't it? Anyone else going to try and be a vegetarian at all? Might be a nice idea, wouldn't it? Give it a try. What else have we got here? Oh, yes, my new grass. Any gardeners here? Claire would know this. I haven't seen Claire this week at all. If Claire's there... So I've got the new grass seed, which has now germinated. We're now at about an inch. At what point can you cut the grass? Have you got to leave it for a while? I get the feeling that you've got to leave it for a couple of weeks or 3 weeks or a month. I don't know. Does anyone know when we can cut grass when it's just come up? Well, I say just come up. The grass seed has only been in a week and already it's germinating. I've got about an inch worth of grass growing at the top there. So does anyone know that? Oh, Peter says you're just blended with my backdrop. That's why I keep moving around today, Peter, so that you know I'm still alive. All right. Okay, let's do some news stories. Let's have a look. Margarita Pracatan has died. She was 89 years old. Who's Margarita Pracatan? She was made a big star, really, in this country by a bloke called Clive James. I had the pleasure of working with her just once at a place in Clapham I used to work at, and she was a real character. She was a wonderful character. The story in The Sun today, Cuban singer Margarita Pracatan has died at the age of 89, and she had a catchphrase which was basically her surname. Pracatan, Pracatan. She'd go like that all the time. The performer had found fame on the Clive James show after appearing on his show in the 1990s. Her daughter, let's take a picture of her and show you. She was the most wonderful character. She really was. I'll take a picture of her, and I think Clive James has died as well, hasn't he? I believe. Just a second, let me get that picture for you. Let's take a picture of her. Oh, it's a square picture. There you go. That's Margarita Pracatan there on that side. What's that on the left? And Clive James there on the right. And she used to wear these very brightly coloured outfits. Now, you know me, I like bright colours. The thing is, she couldn't sing that well, but it didn't matter. It's just like that, the karaoke, you see. Just because you can't sing that well doesn't matter. If you are a character, you will get away with it. Big time. In fact, you're better off to be a badly singing character than you are to be a miserable, great singer. There's a lot of those. There's a lot of those at karaoke. There are people that have the most fantastic voice, and when you look at them on the stage, they are as miserable as sin. True. Well, Margarita Pracatan, she was a massive character. Her daughter confirmed to Sky News that she died on Tuesday. Tributes have poured in for her. Time Out New York theatre editor said she was a New York City icon. One fan wrote, "The force of nature that was Margarita Pracatan. Loved her on the Clive James show. What a fabulous character." There you go, character. "The world just lost its brightest sequin. Thank you, Pracatan baby, for the endless joy, friendship and support." And it goes on. Pracatan had started singing as a child before launching her career as a public access TV on a public access TV programme in 1994. It was then that Clive James discovered clips of her performing and inviting her to the UK to perform. Describing her singing, the host said she never lets the words or melody get in her way. She is us without the fear of failure. And that was the beauty of her. She most recently appeared on an episode of Real Housewives of New York, which is, I can't bear that sort of programme, in New York City in 2019, performing a cover of Money Can't Buy You Class. On June 11th this year, she tweeted she was celebrating her 89th birthday, saying, "Beautiful people, beautiful sunset, beautiful night on my 89th birthday. Let's do this year with all the power of love." And there's a little bit more to the story there. But as I say, I worked with her just once at the cabaret bar I worked in Clapham, and she was great. She was great. She came down. We don't have stairs. We didn't have stairs coming onto the stage there, but we had stairs where you would go up to the toilet on the other side. And I introduced her, and she came down those stairs. You know, like a proper, like a staircase on a TV show. She came down those stairs, and she came through the crowd with all these feather boas on and brightly coloured Pracatan, 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 and we went mad. We loved her. We loved her. And she came on the stage and done a selection of numbers. And it's funny. She's one of those acts, and she goes on, and you know, oh, this is really good. But then you can't get her off the stage. You can't get her off the stage. And it gets to the point where you think, oh, come on now. A bit like this show, you know. You'd probably be quite happy with an hour. An hour, I'm sure, is enough to do this show. But sometimes it goes way over that, as you know. This show is never supposed to be more than an hour long. That's absolutely true, that is. An hour once a week, this started off as. God knows how we become every day. And sometimes, as you know, it does go on a bit. I do try and stick to the hour. We're going to be nowhere sticking to the hour today. And she couldn't get off the stage, but it doesn't matter. Eventually she got off the stage, and she said, if anyone wants a photo, you know, come in the back room and I'll sign one for you. So all these gays went into this room expecting to get a photo, and then she was charging £10 each. Of course, once you're there, she signed the photo. Thank you, £10, please. Oh. They don't walk away. Perhaps I should try that myself. At the karaoke, sell me photos for £10 each. Would that work? Signing them. But a great character. And she has a particular song that I used to drop into my house sets. God knows how I used to get away with it, but I did. And it's Hello, Margarita Pracatan, the Lionel Richie song that she'd discoed up, so to speak. I've been alonging you inside my mind. Hello, boom, boom. Is it me you're looking for? 'Cause I wonder where you are. And I wonder... It was hilarious. Hilarious. Look it up on YouTube. Margarita Pracatan singing Hello. And it'll make you smile. That's what this show's about. And that's what she was about. Making people smile. Wonderful. Wonderful. Morning to John Parrish. Andy used to love Freddie Starr. Always have fits of laughter just looking at him. Yes, agreed. Agreed. Let's just scroll up a little bit there. Morning to John Parrish. Morning, Alan Wainwright. Nothing wrong with window shopping as long as you don't get your credit card out. Oh, that doesn't happen very often with me, I'll tell you that now. I think I bought someone a drink once in 1982, to be honest. Margarita Pracatan, wonderful. Dad, now be careful if you let your children go upstairs or anyone go upstairs and do exercising. Not good. In the Daily Mirror today, a dad has urged parents not to let their children take part in Joe Wick's workouts upstairs after his ceiling was left in tatters. And you can imagine something like this happening, can't you? Connor's children, bloke called Connor. Connor's children, like thousands of youngsters in the UK, have been doing the body coach workouts to keep fit during lockdown, but it came at a cost. He took to Twitter to share snaps of the damage that the workout had caused, and other people were shocked. The picture shows his downstairs study, which is lined with artwork and stacked high with books in a state of utter disrepair. Parts of the plaster from his ceiling had come loose and were left hanging at the edges. He explained that he'd noticed a crack in the ceiling the day before and meant to ask the children to do their day's workouts elsewhere, but forgot. Alongside the image, the dad wrote, "Don't let your children do the Joe Wicks workout upstairs." Someone asked, how many children do you have? Another added, is this your house? And a third said, are they doing this on a trampoline? Probably best to keep the exercise routines for the ground floor. So remember that, gang. Be very, very careful where you're doing these exercises. We don't want to have to send out people to fix things. Talking about people fixing things, I haven't heard from the bloke who's supposed to be fixing the roof on my shed. So he said he'd get back to me Sunday. He didn't. On Monday he rang me. He said, can I come round and measure again? I've lost the measurements. So he came round again. I I'll get back to you with a quote. Tuesday, Wednesday. Last night I sent him a text at about, it was late, 10 o'clock at night, but nevertheless I sent him a text 10 o'clock at night. And let's see if he's opened that yet. Can I tell if someone's opened a text? Can you tell that or not? I don't know. I don't use a lot of these text things and what I don't use MSN Messenger. Is it MSN Messenger? Facebook Messenger. I hardly ever use that. It doesn't look like he's opened the text. I think it should say received or something, shouldn't it? Well, I don't know. So he hasn't got back to us. I was hoping it was going to be done this week or next week so that I can go up to the caravan. Because if it goes into the week after that, I might not be able to go. I'll have to stay here and kind of see while the shed get fixed. But one of those things there. Anyway, don't do your exercising upstairs. Very, very dangerous, my dears. Very, very dangerous. Peter, 3 pubs by me now. Sign up. Pubs for rent. 1 renovated 6 months ago. Yes, terrible, really. Some of these pubs have spent a small fortune, haven't they? Doing their pubs up, and then suddenly they've got to close. Dreadful. Morning to Luke Trots. Morning, Luke. Did you win the pen? That went in the post. It went straight in the post. I hope you all have that today. I would imagine that arrived today, unless you got it yesterday, Luke, okay? Luke won the pen. We give away a pen now on the quiz night, okay? Quiz night Tuesday, 8 o'clock is our quiz night, okay? What else have we got here? Right, we'll do the Super Chatter raffle after this. Last chance, if you want to be in the Super Chatter raffle. A £1 tip gets you a free raffle ticket. Nice and quick, and then we'll do the Super Chatter raffle for the mug right after this story. And this is kind of... I'm a little bit saddened by this because it's technology that hasn't moved on, if you see what I mean. Bit like Concorde. I was so disappointed when Concorde stopped. It feels like you've taken a step back. Now, I never went on Concorde. I have been to... Oh, where is it now? There's a place that has got all aeroplanes and bikes and something else, I think. Can't remember what else. Maybe buses. I don't know. It's a massive place. It's not too far from here. Hang on. Plane Museum. Hang on. Let me find out. What's it called? I have been. Surrey? Is it in Surrey? Is it in Brooklands? Thank you. Brooklands Museum, which is in Weybridge in Surrey in England. You want a day out? Highly recommended. Oh, it's fantastic. They got all these planes there, and you can go in them. There's the Sultan of Brunei's old private jet. Oh, you want to go in there? Luxury or what? Luxury. But they've also got a prototype Concorde in there, and you could go in. To me, it don't look a very pleasant experience being on Concorde. It's a very narrow tube, right, that you're sitting on, and all these little pipes going everywhere, and you can see where the pilot sat with all his dials and pipes and wires all over the place. I don't think I would have wanted to go on a Concorde, to be honest. But when it did stop, it did feel like a step backwards. Thank you, Michael. Michael's going in the Super Chat drawer for today. There you go, Michael. All right, let me sort that out for you. 2 free raffle tickets for you there, Michael. 642 and 643, okay? So you can go and see all this stuff at Brooklands Museum. A highly recommended day out. All right? But let me just do these raffle tickets for Michael. Michael Lawrence. Michael Lawrence. You never know, Michael. You might win it today, darling. There you go. 642 and 643 for you, Michael. Coming up straight after this story is our raffle for the mug today. Okay? And well, here's another thing here. Segways. Now, Segways. What are Segways? They're those little 2-wheeler bikes. One-wheeler transport system type thing. So it's one wheel on the ground, okay? And you've got handlebars like that, and you kind of balance. And you push a button, and it takes you along. They're electric. Electric. Well, they're going to stop making them. What a shame. Segway is to end production of its £4,000 namesake vehicle. They were quite expensive. £4,000 these things were. After 19 years, admitted that its longed-for transport revolution has failed to materialise. And 19 years is a long time to be banging away hoping that you're going to change the world and for it not to happen, you know? I think there comes a point where you just have to give up, to be honest. Perhaps like I'm doing this show. I have this dream in my head that one day BBC television will sign me up to take over from Graham Norton. There has to become a point in my life where I think, I don't think this is going to happen. But I haven't got to it yet, so don't worry. The Segway PT was built as an easy way to get around for short trips, with riders standing on a platform suspended between... Oh, it's two wheels. Yeah, that's right. It's one wheel either side. Suspended between two wheels and leaning forwards and backwards and side to side to direct it. So that's how you moved it along. I have to say, I watched people on these things and I thought to myself, I don't think I'd want to be on one of those, you know. It says, but the machines failed to catch on and quickly earned a reputation for being unsafe as they could spin out of control and throw users to the ground. Funnily enough, over in Swinley Forest, which is where I go walking, there is an area called the Lookout over there, and it's got various things you can do. There's like a climb. I don't think those are open at the moment. Climbing frames. And there's like a little a tea place, none of which are open at the moment. There's a shop. There's a children's thing. There's cycle routes, and one of the things they've got over there is a Segway area, and you can hire a Segway and go on this route over there. It says, in 2009, just 10 months after he bought the company, a British-made self-millionaire, Jimmy Heselden, rode a Segway off a 30-foot cliff to his death while at his country estate north of London. He was 62 years old. So, I mean, it seems they were difficult to control. But that being said, there was a lot of other people that have been using these things with no problems. In 2015, a cameraman riding a Segway ran over Ursula Bolt as he did a victory lap after winning a 200 metres race in Beijing. Bolt wasn't injured and later joked about the accident. And there's a picture of that. The company said the vehicle would be retired on July the 15th after its sales dropped to less than 1.5% of their revenue last year. Of course, I suppose the virus hasn't helped either, you know, people hanging on to their money. 21 people will be laid off, but it is a shame. It says the decision wasn't made lightly, and while the current pandemic did impact sales and production, it was not a deciding factor in our decision, and that is a shame. The vehicles were banned in some cities because users could easily lose control if they were not balanced properly. So that is a little bit of a shame there. They also now do electric scooters. So, I mean, they haven't completely closed down, but those electric scooters, they've become incredibly popular very quickly, haven't they? You know? Have you seen people going around on those little electric scooters? And electric bikes as well. They seem to have taken off big time, electric bikes. There's a cycle shop near me. We have a Halfords here, of course, but there's a cycle shop near me, Berkshire Cycles, right? And I mentioned this a few weeks ago. They have their own... they've kind of got two shops, one with ordinary bikes and one that seems to be just electric bikes. And these bikes are blooming expensive. I think they're turbo bikes. I think they're called turbo electric bikes or something like that. And I think the cheapest one is about £2,000. And they go up and up and up. They got bikes in there like £8,000-9,000. The motor, those of you that might be interested in this, the motor is not on the back, it's in the bit where the pedals are. So you know that bit where the pedals are, and I don't know what it's called. Your pedal sticks out either side, you've got that little round thing there, and some sort of, I don't know, something in there to join the pedals together and turn the thing, right? That is much bigger, and that's where the motor is, completely sealed in that bit there. But they're pricey. They're pricey. That being said, there's always a queue outside the door because they will only allow 2 people in the shop at a time now, which is understandable, you know. He's always got a queue outside that shop of about 5 or 6 people. When I'm cycling past there, perhaps on a little bike ride, you go past and there's 6 people waiting outside. And I always see like one of the girls probably works there. She comes out, goes into the other shop. Maybe they don't actually sell them in that shop. It might be just a showroom. She goes and gets a bike covered in plastic bags and things and brings it through into the other shop. Obviously, someone else has just bought one. But a lot of money for an electric bike. But perhaps that's what killed off these Segways, the emergence of the electric scooter and the sudden increase in interest in things like electric bikes, which I think are brilliant, actually. I think these electric bikes are absolutely brilliant, really. I've never been on one yet. I've not been on an electric. I'd love to try one, but as I said, I think it would make me lazy. I think I'd get a little bit tired, and of course, if you're a little bit tired on a bike, you push harder, don't you? Oh, I need to get home. Well, if you had that electric bike, it's just too tempting to flick the switch, isn't it? Let's see what we're saying here. Michael, are you thinking of buying an electric bike? Well, yes, but no, because of that, Michael. I think it would make me lazy. I think the temptation is too much to just flick that switch where you should be doing your exercising, Denise, my mobility scooter is super fast. Have to have insurance. Oh, you're one of those, are you, Denise? I didn't know you was one of those that attack people in supermarkets on your electric scooter. Get out of my way! Beep, beep, beep. There's a bloke round here who's done his scooter up, his electric mobility scooter. He's got Union flags on it and mirrors and all sorts of stickers. It looks fantastic. Looks absolutely fantastic. It really does there. Is that what that thing... okay, the crank. Yeah, the crank thing is a lot bigger. Thank you very much. Colin K sending in a £2 tip there. Thank you, Colin. Let me give you 2 free raffle tickets for that. Thank you, Colin. Colin K. 644 and 645 for you there, Colin. All right. We're going to do this now. Let's get to the bottom of those messages. Alan electric scooters and Segways are illegal. That's right. Can you turn the volume up? Can't hear you making too much noise to cut my foot off. Oh, ask for a pair of headphones. You know the noise cancelling headphones? Noise cancelling headphones you want? I wouldn't buy a pair of those. I thought they were too expensive. Anyone remember the Sinclair C5 bike? Yes, I remember those. You can get those on eBay. How much are they selling those for on eBay? Let's have a look. Sinclair C5. They can't be that much. Sinclair C5. You can buy one of those on eBay for they are dear. £247, a pre-owned one there. There's one at the top there, £412. He's had 5 bids on that. Do you remember those? The Sinclair C5. Good God. They're just so low, aren't they? They never looked very comfortable to sit in to me, those things, I must say. Yeah. People are so rude. They walk in front of you all the time. Yeah, I know. I've got a very good friend. I haven't heard from her for some time now. Millie, who's in Minnesota, in America, and she has cerebral palsy, and she has to have help getting around. And one of the things she's got is an electric, scootery motor sort of wheelchair type thing. And she says people don't get out of the way. They just stand there. People are just blooming rude, aren't they? So Clive Sinclair was successful in other areas, correct. Morning to Paul and Lou. Well, thanks for joining us. And George Bond as well, joining us very late today. Never mind. Sinclair had 3 wheels. They were £399 in 1985. The Sinclair C5s. Amazing, really, isn't it? Right, shall we see? Someone's about to win the mug, boys and girls. Let me mix them up. Mix it all up, baby. Mix them up, baby. Super chat time. Super chat time. Good luck, viewers. Anyone who sent in a tip this week? Hang on a minute, is that broken there? Oh, no. Look. Where did that happen? Oh, it's broken. Oh, that's not going to fall apart, is it? It doesn't feel like it's a crack. Hang on a minute. No, it's not. It's not a crack. You see where that looks like a crack, right? There's no, ledge, if you see what I mean. How strange is that? Okay, anyone who sent in a tip this week, you would have had free raffle tickets. £1 for each free raffle tickets. It's now time to see who's going to win the mug today. Let's have the drum roll. Sorry, I got too excited then. Let's have the drum roll. I have a ticket. I have one ticket in my hand. Here it comes. It's ticket number 594. Ticket number 594, and the winner of the mug today is Mr. Daniel Holmes, who I believe hasn't won anything before. Is that right, Daniel? Daniel Holmes has won the mug. Congratulations, Daniel Holmes. Congratulations and celebrations when I tell everyone that you have won the mug. Congratulations and celebrations when I tell everyone that you have won the mug. That's enough of that. Dear me, on and on. Congratulations, Mr. Daniel Holmes, for that. Okay? Now, you have a second opportunity to win something with these tickets. Oh, gorgeous ones. Come on, Daniel. Is he here? Daniel Holmes here? Was here earlier. It was here earlier. We'll see if he's there. Okay, so 594 Daniel Holmes. And all these tickets, they also go in here, which is our once a month super draw, where you can win either a fridge magnet or a mug, whichever you want. They go in there, and then that's it. There he is. Daniel Holmes is in the house. Well done, Daniel. There you go. It's not bad for a £1 tip, is it, eh? You've won the mug, dear. You've won the mug. Let me place our empty Super Chat ticket retention unit over here. There you go. And that's it. So let us know, Daniel, what is your full post... Not on here. Send me an email with your full postal address, and I shall pop it in the letterbox for you. I'm happy when someone wins. I'm very happy when someone wins. I love it. I love it. Congratulations, darling. Congratulations. Medication has not been taken yet. That is correct. Stand by for medication. That's probably what's wrong with me this morning. I think my body is running low on anti-madness tablets. Anti-madness tablets. There you go. All right. Ah, look, it's Yvonne Lemon. Where you been, Yvonne? Good morning, Yvonne. Morning, little Yvonne. Paul and Lewis found a picture of the fish we had at Trawler's Catch. Oh yeah, send it over. I'll put it on. I'll put it on next week's tomorrow's show. Okay. Alrighty. Park Nest used to have a ZX. Send us your postal address. I'll get in the post for you. All right. You've won a mug. Not this one. There's another one in a little box, unused. Unless you want one that my lips have touched. Hey, do you want that one there? Do you want that one? Do you want that one? Do you? I've kissed it twice. Do you want that one? Or would you like one in a box? The choice is yours. Okay. There is a nice little prize for next week's Super Chatter raffle, which I will come to before the end of the show. Worry not. Not yet. Not yet. Before the end of the show, I'll bring it up then. Okay. Right. There's Yvonne Lemon, as I say there. Good morning, Yvonne. Thanks for joining us today. Oh, I've got no pills left. I have to refill that little box tomorrow. Thank you for reminding me there. As always, boys and girls. Let's see, what else have we got here? Adorable dog. Oh, lovely story in the Star today, boys and girls. An adorable dog. A dog looks as if she has an obsession with guinea pigs. Who had a guinea pig at school? Did you have one? I bet you had a guinea pig at school. She has an obsession with guinea pigs, as she was desperate. We're all desperate in this world, dear. As she was desperate to get into the pet job, just to see the little pet shop, just to see the little animals, and pictures show him looking at them in a Glasgow shop. Oh, look. A dog which appears to be obsessed with guinea pigs ran away from its owner to find a pet shop where it could get its fix. The animal burst into Pets at Home in Glasgow in a desperate attempt to find some of its favourite furry creatures to watch. Oh, we love pets, don't we? The dog's embarrassed owner followed their pet into the store and explained she was a good girl, but just loved to watch guinea pigs. Shopper Shannon Burns, who managed to capture the hilarious moment on camera, wrote on Facebook, the dog just ran across the road straight into Pets at Home. The owner was behind me in the queue and I went to let her in before me because the dog was there, and she said, no, it's okay. She's just looking at the guinea pigs. Literally, the dog goes in to look at guinea pigs. Do you think he wants to eat them? Is it a he or a she? Doesn't matter, does it? They posted these pictures and someone wrote, someone buy that dog a guinea pig. Well, someone else says, I'm actually sobbing. This is so cute. Dozens of other people commented on what an adorable story it was, and more than once suggested the owner should buy the dog a guinea pig of their own so that they should watch it at home whenever they like. Dogs are often described as man's best friend, but I think possibly they are also guinea pig's best friend dogs. I think he just wanted to eat it. Do you think he wanted to eat it? Thank you, Paul and Lou. I'll keep an eye out for that a little bit later on. It's not there yet, so I will keep an eye out for that one, of course, there. All right. Is Stacey with us this morning? Is Gary and Stacey here today? I'm not sure they're here today. Are they, Gary and Stacey? Never mind. They might be here too. That's not the only animal story I have for you today, boys and girls. A girl 5. Now, when I first saw this, I thought it was a Gemma Collins story, but apparently not. Apparently not. A 5-year-old girl came face to face with a 6-foot sea demon jellyfish while walking on a beach with her dad. You see, you can understand why I thought this might have been a Gemma Collins story when I saw the headline. This little girl was enjoying a father-daughter day with her dad at Colwyn Bay Beach in North Wales on Sunday when they spotted the huge lion's mane jellyfish. The whopping crimson sea creature, which Dom said measured about 6 foot across, was stranded in the sand waiting for the tide to come in and wash it back out to sea. Careful not to let his girl get too close due to its powerful sting, Don quickly took the photograph of her posing next to the stunning animal for scowl. Now, I can't get this whole picture in, unfortunately. I don't know how I'm going to show you that. I'll just take a picture of the jellyfish itself. And you can't. How can I do this? Why can I not see this whole thing? The picture's too big for the camera, unfortunately. There you go. This is a picture of the jellyfish. Look at that. Oh, there. Look at that. It's enormous, isn't it? 6 foot across, that is. I didn't know such things existed. Jellyfish that size. God, and this is in Wales, not Australia or somewhere like that. Wales. So he took that photograph. He says, I've never seen a jellyfish that big before. It was really quite amazing. We were just walking down towards the sea line and there was this big shadow. As we got closer, I just couldn't believe the size of it. And we shouted out, Gemma! Gemma! It wasn't her. It was a jellyfish. They thought it was Gemma Collins. Well, I did anyway. If you go out on the pier, you can see the lion's mane jellyfish in the water. But I've never seen one up close like that and I was really surprised. I don't know if they are deadly. The jellyfish, they have these blue, what are they called? Blue something jellyfish in Australia. You don't want to be stung by one of those. Deadly. They really are. People don't realise how dangerous they are. I was in, you might know it actually, Turtle Cove. Do you know that place, Michael? Turtle Cove. I was staying at that resort. I stayed there twice, and on the first time I was there, I didn't think anything. I just took my blooming shoes off and started paddling in the sea, and someone come running over. Oh, you can't go in there without shoes on, or I can't remember what he said, some sort of trousers or something because of the jellyfish. I didn't realise how dangerous they were, these jellyfish. They really are very dangerous and deadly. In fact, in Australia, you go along certain beaches and they have vinegar everywhere, because if you get like a jellyfish attached to you, you're supposed to put vinegar on and it will release. They don't like the vinegar, you see. I like a bit of vinegar on chips myself too. And there we are. Lion's mane jellyfish, named for their showy trailing tentacles, are one of the largest species of jellyfish. So there we are. They are often commonly spotted along the UK coast during the summer months. So, I mean, yeah, I don't think I'd like to come across one of those. But I did think it was a Gemma Collins. Fortunately, tying in with that, we do have a Gemma Collins story this morning. I know how popular she is. You love her, don't you? You can't get enough of her. And she can't get enough of her McDonald's. Gemma Collins wants a boob job in today's Sun to make her chest smaller, and loves nothing more than, quote, to rip my bra off and let them hang out. Oh my God. Mind you, I can do that at the moment. Look. It's terrible. I mean, I'm not going to get them out, but I'll just show you a little bit. There you go, look. Just a little bit there, like. It's a bit too much, isn't there? You know. I won't go any further, no. This is a family programme. Family. People like Shania are watching this, head of the Catholic Church on the Isle of Wight. If I started doing that sort of thing, oh my God, I'd get a phone call from Bishop Philip. Chris, I'm afraid you can't come into our church anymore after getting your breasts out on the show. It would be terrible, terrible. Small babies. Anyone who's got a baby at the moment, you know, they might be sitting there watching the show with their babies. If I was to do that, the baby would lurch over, try and grab it with his lips. Anyway, this reality star said she finds it exhausting having such large breasts and thinks would be easier if they were surgically reduced. No, it's not that, darling. Just lose a bit of weight. You'll find that a lot easier than an operation. She said, my breasts these days are rather large and I would like a reduction at some point. She recalled being confused about her boobs when she was younger and given her first bra. She explains, I can't remember not knowing if it was okay to wear a bra in bed. I did also think to myself, was it safe? I remember looking up and thinking, well, do you wear a bra in bed? And she goes on, dear. Now I can't wait to rip my bra off and... Oh, oh, God. Oh, I'm so sorry. I've got the acid coming up now, darling. The thought of Gemma Collins' breasts swinging about all over the place. Speaking on the Gemma Collins podcast. Oh, have you heard that? They love her. People love her. I don't get it. She said, by chance I was on a bike ride one day. That must have been some substantial bike she was on. She was on a bike ride one day and with her brother, and he said, look at this. It was a house, and I just knew as I'm in the... Oh, no, she goes on about buying a house. But there we are. She wants a boob reduction. She wants a... I felt very, very ill. I thought I was going to pass out live on the show. There you are. Put that on there. That'll get loads of views if I die on the air, wouldn't it? Peter Wright would quite like to see Gemma Collins' breasts. It's all about having a laugh, Andy. Sometimes people don't see the funny side of things. Please go. If you don't see the funny side of life, you're on the wrong channel there. Morning to the lovely Fran Green. She's been doing lawns. Oh, Fran. You'll know the answer to this question then, and I'm glad your pen has arrived safely. Excellent, Fran. Fran, I put some new seed down last week, which has come up very, very quickly. I've got grass now about an inch long after just a week. At what point can I cut my lawn after new seeds have sprouted, as a matter of interest? At what point can I start cutting it, or should I? Am I supposed to leave it for a few weeks or what? I'm not sure, Fran. As you're into lawns, I would like to know that, please. Have you been inside the Skegness Aquarium? Jellyfish in there? I think we have, actually. Or was it? We'd certainly been on one of those aquariums. Is there one in Norfolk? We might have been to the Norfolk one. Now, where was it? No, I don't think it was the Skegness one. If it's one of those sea places, that they're the same everywhere, aren't they? And yeah, I have been in aquariums before. Right. Just a second. Let's just scroll up there a little bit. Daniel's got a lot of Hawaiian shirts. Nothing as bright as that one. Well, you need bright colours then, my love. You got to have bright colours in this world, my love. Very, very important. Mick reckons leave it 2 to 3 inches. Really? That seems incredibly long. It start falling over at that point, wouldn't it? I don't know, really. Ooh, I've still got that pain here. My pain. It's not too bad, to be honest. It's no problem with breathing or anything like that. It's just there. You know, it's like a soreness there. A couple of weeks now, I think it's been. Has it been about a week or 2? I can't remember now. Right, driving in flip-flops. Roger brought out this story earlier on, and then I'll tell you what next week's Super Chatters prize is, okay? Flip-flops in the sun, don't do it. Don't do it. Again, reporting in the Sun today, flip-flops will become part of British people's wardrobes this week as a heat wave sweeps the country. I don't have flip-flops. I got to say, I find them really painful to wear. That thing in between your 2 toes. Oh, I can't bear it. I've got sandals that go across the whole foot. They're quite old, actually. Nike or something like that. I got them cheap. Or Slazenger. I think they're probably Slazenger rather. You know me, dear. We don't buy expensive. We don't, unless it's equipment. We don't mind spending money on equipment. Not clothes, dear. Not clothes. It says here, those who choose to drive in flip-flops could find themselves in hot water if they're involved in an accident. Well, why wait for the accident? You know, if you're not supposed to wear them, don't wear them. While driving in flip-flops isn't illegal in itself, wearing them could lead to careless driving charge if they impede your ability to drive safely. Now, by that, I would assume, you know, something like that could slip off your feet, couldn't it? I'm sure it could. Under Rule 97 of the Highway Code, drivers are advised that they must have footwear and clothing which does not prevent you using the controls in the correct manner. Flip-flops could slip off, as I just said there, become wedged under pedals, or prevent you from pressing the pedals with enough force to brake quickly, which could cause you to drive erratically or even lead to a collision. If you're stopped by police while driving in a potentially dangerous manner, or your footwear is the reason for an accident, you could be charged with driving without due care and attention, careless driving. Careless driving carries a £100 on-the-spot fine, and you don't want to lose that, do you? And 3 penalty points on your licence. But in more serious cases, or those that are contested in court, the charge can attract up to £5,000 fine, up to 9 penalty points, and even a court-imposed driving ban. So be very, very careful there. According to the RAC guidelines, footwear should have a sole no thicker than 10 millimetres, but the sole shouldn't be too thin or too soft. Provide enough grip to stop your foot slipping off the pedals. Not be too heavy. Not limit ankle movement, and be narrow enough to avoid accidentally depressing 2 pedals at once. Have that ever happened to you? You don't want wide shoes. You imagine pressing the accelerator and brake at the same time, like in a situation where you'd be perhaps in an emergency. You'd probably be concentrating on the emergency and not the fact that you've pushed 2 pedals at the same time. It says if flip-flops stopped you being in control, you could be prosecuted. So, you know, don't drive with flip-flops. Must be very silly. Presumably you can't drive with no shoes on either. I would assume. Would you? Something like that, maybe? Okay. Gemma Collins is like a bouncy castle. You've got to take your shoes off before you get on. Fran also says 3 inches there. The same as Mick Davenport. Okay. Take a small amount off on the first cut. Okay, I'll leave that. I'll leave that then. All right. What the flip-flops? Oh, flip-flops. You know those, Michael, as... Oh, the Australians don't call them flip. They know them as thongs. Thongs are flip-flops. Thongs over here, Michael, are those awful items of swimming costume with just a string going up your backside. Why anyone... And you never see fit people wear them. You know, there will always be great big fat overweight middle-aged people like myself wearing thongs. What do they look like? You never see anyone fit wearing them. Awful things. Please don't come out in thongs, anyone. Dreadful. Is there no law? Okay, Mick says there's no law to say you can't drive barefooted, so I don't know about that. Left foot braking, brilliant on the track. I've got automatic now, so one foot does both things really. It's the second I think is it the second automatic car I've had? Second automatic car I've had, really. And it's all right, yeah. I don't think I'd go back to a geared car now. Over in America, most people have got... No one's got a car with gears. No one. Right, now I haven't brought it in here, I don't think. The prize for next week's Super Chatters raffle. Just a minute, let me see if it's in here. What have I done with that now? Oh. Do you want to wait till tomorrow? I'm not sure where I've put it. It might be in the room next to me. Shall I have a look, or shall we just wait till tomorrow? Is it important? You want to know the Super Chatter prize this week? Tell me, I know. If so, I'll go next door and get them out there. Okay, go to get it. I think it's probably next door, the Super Chatter prize next week. Shall I go and have a look, or do you want to wait till tomorrow? Do you want to wait till tomorrow? Up to you. Amazon in the Daily Mail today. Apparently, there's counterfeit goods on there. Did you know that? I know it's the case on eBay, but I thought Amazon were a little bit more tightly working than that. Well, apparently not. In the Daily Mail, a new counterfeit crime unit has been set up by online retail giant Amazon to clamp down on people selling fake goods on its website. I never knew. It said it's employing former federal prosecutors, experienced investigators, and data analysts to help tackle the problem of fake goods, which the Washington state-based tech company says it spent more than $500 million combating last year. I never knew that. I never knew Amazon had fake goods. The unit will investigate cases where bad actors have attempted to evade Amazon's systems, the company said, and will be able to mime Amazon data and gather information from external sources to find those responsible. It believes the unit will enable it to more effectively aid police forces across the world, collaborate with other businesses' investigations, and bring civil litigation suits against those who sell counterfeit products. Now, this can be very serious. There's a big difference in buying perhaps a counterfeit pair of socks, you know, Ralph Lauren socks that aren't Ralph Lauren, right? Not too much of a problem, is it, really, to be honest? Illegal, yes. Dangerous, maybe not. But if it was like to buy perhaps an illegal Kenwood toaster, right? Now, if you bought a Kenwood toaster from Kenwood or from Argos, a proper Kenwood, very unlikely you're going to get electrocuted. If it's a dodgy one, they may have the wiring all wrong. Very dangerous. Very bad counterfeit goods. And of course, I'm sure one or two of you have bought illegal DVDs before. And you get it home and you put it in the machine and it's the most dreadful copy. Or it finishes before the show finishes or the film. It says multiple lawsuits have been brought, including from German manufacturer Daimler, which claimed the website sold fabricated Mercedes-Benz wheel centre caps. And again, you know, something like that. They might not be made properly. You could be driving along the motorway, this thing will fly off the wheel. Very dangerous. So, good. good luck with that. And that's a good thing, that is Amazon there. I've always said this, the Amazon people, they seem to know exactly what they're doing, don't they? Very good. It may well be closing shops down near where you are, but they're giving the customer what they want. You click a button, it comes. You don't want it, you tell them, they send it back. Something goes wrong with it within a period, is it, I don't know, 90 days or something? You tell them, they send you a label, you send it back. They've got it sorted. Very, very good. They've got it sorted there, haven't they? Oh yes, can we some thumbs up underneath the little video box, if you don't mind? That'd be very kind of you doing it. Daniel says he's seen a few fit people wearing thongs. Well, I haven't. Can you drive in a thong? Rachel's got an automatic car. Oh, was that Rachel there? Maybe not. Yes, Rachel's got an automatic car. Yeah, this is my second automatic. I wouldn't go back to gears now. It's too easy, isn't it? And then you, on the motorway, you flick that button, as I will do when I go up to Lincolnshire in about a week and a half. You flick that button and it just drives on its own. Or not steering wheel. Although that's got help on it. My Toyota steering wheel. You know, it keeps you within the lane. And if you kind of, you know, go a little bit too far one side, you feel it try and pull you back. It doesn't have control over you. You've got control. But you can feel it trying to pull you back on there. It's very good. Very good. But you can take your feet off the pedals. You know. Park Nest, my Citroen is a semi-automatic. The BMW has a manual gearbox. Tomorrow's okay. Shall we? Oh, go and get it. Rachel wants to see what it was. You could have got it by now. Well, I'll go and get it. Hang on a minute. Amazon is still a safer bet than eBay. I think you're very right there. Good morning, one man in his Sprinter van. Denise, it would be devastating if it wasn't Fixodent. Can you imagine getting fake Fixodent for your false teeth? Perhaps either 2 weeks, so you go to, hello, and your teeth come out. Or worse than that, too strong, and you can't get them out anymore. Super glue for Fixodent. That would be more than temporary, wouldn't it? All right, hang on a minute. Let's see if I can find it. I'm sure it's in the other room here. Is it here? There it is. Bring me sunshine, bring me smiles, bring me laughter, all the while. There it is, here it is, here it is, here it is. I've got it. We're giving away on the Super Chatters this week. For those of you that like to tip, you get a free raffle ticket, £1 for each tip, one of our backdrops. This is the one. This is the moment. This is the one. Right, you ready? Let's go to our wide-angle camera. Hello! Everything here. Cameras everywhere, dear. Look, we're doing this one. Oh, what was that? Oh, no, I've just knocked the raffle tickets over. Oh, dear. Sort those out in a minute. Here we are. This is what we're giving away on the Super Chatters raffle this week, okay? This is our spring backdrop that we used last year. Okay? So I'm giving away this one today. There you go. Oh, hang on a minute. Which way does it go? That way, isn't it? There you go. There you go. It's quite large. It's very large. That I would say that's about I would say that's 8 foot long. Now there will be a hole in here somewhere. Just a minute. Where the clock was. Okay. Let me see. Where is it now? Where's the hole? Or maybe there isn't one in here. There has to be a hole here somewhere. I can't find it now. Hang on a minute. Where's the hole? Oh, I can't find it. I can't see it. There's going to be a hole in here somewhere, but that's it, okay? So we're giving away this springy backdrop, and that's the prize for the Super Chatter raffle this week. What I'll try and do is get one of the... excuse me. I'll get one of the pictures up from one of the shows last year when we were using this in the studio. Okay, so you'll get a better idea of how that looks, and I'll bring that up on tomorrow's show. All right. So that's the Super Chatter prize this week, or next week rather, which will be happening on Thursday. I'll put that there for now. There we go. And that's it. All right, so if you want to go of winning that one, every time you send a tip, I'll give you a free raffle ticket. So Rachel's having 5. Oh, you must really want that, Rachel. Here we go, darling. Here we go. Let's start that off. That starts that off nicely, doesn't it? There we are, Rachel. 646 to 650 for young Rachel Wheatland. There we are. And you don't have to do anything today, gang. Just that'll be there for a whole week before we do the draw next Thursday's show. Okay. Rachel Wheat. There we are. Rachel Wheat. As I say, there will be a couple of little holes in there somewhere, certainly along the top. Excuse me a moment. Oh, excuse me, dear. Sorry. Where it was pinned up on the thing there. And it's just a nice thing to have up on your wall, really. We gave away, you remember, we gave away the Christmas... where have you gone now? You're on the wrong camera. We gave away the Christmas ones, didn't we? Both of them. Did we give away both of them, I think? We gave away both of the Christmas ones at Christmas for the Super Chats there. So thank you very much for that, Rachel. Sending in a £5 Super Chat there. And also Adam the Plumber as well. So where's your tickets gone? Oh, I've put them in there already. Did I give you the numbers there, Rachel? 647, 646, 648, 650 and 649. Not that you need the numbers. You don't really need the numbers, darling. All right, on the Super Chat, I do read out the thing. And Adam's got his eye on that as well. Thank you, Adam. Adam the Plumber. I'll put you down as Adam P.L. as in patrol leader in the Scouts. Cubs, do your best. We will do our best. There you go, Adam. Adam. Yeah, Adam PL. Adam PL. 651 to 655 for Adam. Okay? So there you go. Gives you a chance in winning that beautiful, and it is quite nice, that beautiful backdrop next Thursday on the show, all right? What have we got now? Good evening to Gary Butler. Morning, Gary. The tat is pouring into them. More tat to give away over the future weeks. More tat is coming. Don't worry about that. All right, my loves. Good. Cruise control is for lazy people. It's a real pleasure, Mick, having cruise control. Rachel doesn't have it. Now, this is actually, I didn't have it in the last car. I think this is the first car I've got on that one there. All right. Okie doke. Shall we do... let's have a look. Do you live or do you want to live by the seaside? Where would you like to live? Where would you like to live? What sort of... maybe a country or somewhere like that? In the Daily Mail today, apparently, we now all want to live and work beside the seaside, reports Rightmove, which is a great website. All estate agents are on there. You type in where you want to be and how much you've got to spend on buying a house or renting a house. They do both on there. And it comes up with all these different options. And I'm always on there looking at Lincolnshire. Always. Always on there. I usually centre on where the caravan is, actually, Chapel Hill. And then I'll do like 5 mile radius, and then I'll expand it to 10 miles. And I look at what you can get for the money there. It's just unbelievable. But that's both renting and buying as well. It says, many of us dream of living by the sea. Is that your thing? Perhaps one or two of you live by the sea, do you? Many of us dream of living by the sea, and according to the UK's biggest property website, The Lockdown is encouraging households to turn this aspiration into a reality. Rightmove said there has been a spike in inquiries about property by the seaside. Many have been about holiday homes, but others are looking to change their lifestyle and move to the coast. Because, of course, you can get a caravan by the sea, you know. And there are caravans and there are caravans, you know. You can get a caravan for £5,000, or you can get a caravan for £80,000, and everything in between. Remember though, if you're buying a caravan on a site, that's not all you've got to look at. The price of the caravan, there will be ground rent. Okay, as John Parrish will tell you, there's ground rent. All I pay is ground rent. We only have one figure that we pay every year. That's ground rent. I'm on a small family-based, family-run, very small campsite up in Lincolnshire. Okay, and my ground rent there is £1,450 a year. That's it. I pay nothing else. I do buy gas bottles at £60 a time. I get through about 2 of those in a year. And I also have electric bill. That's it. So ground rent, electric bill and gas bottles. That's all I pay. Other sites will make all sorts of other charges. And if I say £1,450 was my ground rent for the whole year, other sites, £5,000, £6,000, £7,000 a year. So you must look into all this. Not only that, right? You have no rights on a caravan site. None. At any time, you can have a knock on the door. Hello, you've got 2 weeks to get your caravan off our site. It's as simple as that. You have 0 rights on a caravan site. Mobile home site, different. If it's residential, you do have rights. Caravan holiday homes, you know, you're allowed to stay there 10 months of the year. You have no rights whatsoever. You have a row with the owner. He can knock on the door. You've got 2 weeks to get your caravan off our site. End of. Can't get it off the site, you lose it. It's as simple as that. And also those charges, well, I mean, they're a thing in themselves. Ours goes up about 50 quid a year, which I think is extremely fair. Others, you can be on the site, you know, you might be paying £5,000. Oh, this year it's £6,500. Nothing you can do about it. You have no right. So be very, very careful if you're buying a caravan. That being said, if you choose the right site, and I was lucky, I just struck gold, I think. All right. So you could do that at the seaside. But if you want to buy a house or rent a house by there, do you like the idea of that? Where would you like to live? Personally, in the middle of a forest for me. A place in the middle of the forest surrounded by great big trees and little animals, perhaps at night time. It says in the Daily Mail, workers realise it's now perfectly possible to work from home, meaning it's not necessary to buy a property within commuting distance of the office. Top of the wish list says Rightmove is a place I've often mentioned to you, Whitby in North Yorkshire, followed by Whitley Bay in Tyne Wear. I love Whitby. It's a beautiful place. A lot of old people there with dogs. I don't know why they've all got dogs, but there we are. Average asking prices there are £213,000 and £263,000 respectively if you're buying. In Cornwall, Newquay, Padstow and Bude are the top 10, are the upmarket Salcombe and Ilfracombe in Devon. My nan liked Ilfracombe. She went there a couple of times. In Scotland, Ayr and Troon, home to the Royal Troon Golf Club, also make the list, as done Caister-on-Sea in Norfolk. Again, we went to a haven holiday there. And it goes on. And it seems that a lot of people now want to live by the sea. What about you? I gather if you've got a property by the sea, it does require quite a lot of maintenance because of all the salt that kind of gets blown onto your house there. Let's see, where did we get to now? Fiona says, I live near the sea, Chris. Summer days just like this, it's just beautiful. I bet it is. I bet it's lovely. Can you see the sea from your house, Fiona? Or is it a little bit of a walk? You know, to be able to look out and see the sea. I mean, some of those houses, certainly in Bracklesham Bay, which is down in Sussex, the houses there that were on the sea, some horrible houses, you know, people with a lot of money and think it looks good to have a great big house that looks horrible. You know the sort, dear. I think it's wonderful to be able to see the sea out there. Let's have a look there. Where are we? We were talking about the sea there. No one's talking about the sea there. I think some of you are running a little bit behind there. Some of you talking about stuff we've already done a while ago. Never mind. Rachel said, if I could live by the sea, she would choose Cornwall. It's a little bit more warmer in Cornwall, isn't it? I think it is warmer in Cornwall. Yvonne's got a car. Going backwards, a story there. She's got cruise control when hubby remembers to use it. I'm always reminding him. Naughty Paul, pay full attention, please. Michael Palman used to live on the coast, but now in the country. He prefers it in the country rather than on the coast there. So that's interesting, isn't it? Fiona, yes, I can see the sea from my window. Oh, how lovely, Fiona. But it's exciting when there's a storm, isn't it? Do you see the big waves coming down on you there? Daniel, I stayed in a static caravan in Cornwall for a weekend many years ago. It was really lovely. I love it, Daniel, especially when it rains and you can hear the rain coming down on the roof and you're there warm in your bed. Oh, it's lovely. Thank you, Paul. I've got your email there. Thank you, Paul. I've got your email there. Send us some pictures, Fiona, and if we can show them on the show, that's always nice. People like to see things like that, all right? Okay, gang, if you want raffle tickets for the raffle on Monday, please ask now. Adam lived in Brighton for... I dropped my tickets there. Adam lived in Brighton for 10 years. Lovely in the summer, bleak and miserable in the winter. Yeah, it's not the sort of place... I gather Ibiza's a bit like that. I knew... what was her name? Oh, Christ! I went with her as well. I working in a resort in France. Oh God, she was a part of a drag act. Total Recall, Miss. Do you know, who was the people in Total Recall? Not Stephanie. She died some years ago. Steph. Oh, I can't remember the dark-skinned lady. The one. I can't remember what was her name. Miss. She lived in Ibiza. She said it was great in the summer. In the winter, dead. Nothing to do. Nothing to do in the winter. So I understand that there. Hello to Big Joe. Hello, Big Joe's got a caravan in Devon. 4th. Are you going on the 4th? Good luck with that, Joe. We love caravans. Joe wouldn't go to a beach near me till the evening when everyone has gone home. Yeah, that's me, Joe, I think, really. I don't like it when it's too busy, too many people, and they're dropping their disgusting people, dropping their litter all over the place as well, aren't they? Have you seen some of these beaches when people have gone home? It's disgusting. Why do people think it's acceptable to leave all their rubbish in the middle of a beach? The one in Skegness, they've had to put bins on the beach because people just don't take the stuff home. Vile, awful people. Let's do the raffle tickets as well. Andy, 280 for Andy there. Mick Davenport's only 30 minutes away from the sea. That's all right, isn't it? Rachel, 281 for lovely Rachel. Denise Andrews, 282. Mari, 283. Diane, 284. AMS Clark, 285. Jason Hughes, where's that gone now? Jason stayed in a caravan years ago with a missus. Let's say it wasn't very static that way. Oh, please, Jason. You always have to make something of it, doesn't he, old Jason down there, talking about his active sex life, dear. Dear me. Fran Green, 286. Peter Wright, 287. Jason Hughes, 288. Tony King, 289. Morning Ross, 290 for Ross Herndon. Morning Ross, 289. 290 for Ross. 289 Tony King, 290 for Ross Herndon. 291 for Joe Woodruff. I keep getting your name wrong. Woodruff. Woodruff. Is it Woodruff? I think it is. Oh, I've written it wrong now. Joe Woodruff. 291. Make sure you write down your ticket numbers for this particular raffle, for the Monday raffle, because we only read out the numbers of the winner. It's up to you to claim. All right, my loves. Mick Davenport 292. This is for the fridge magnet, which we do on Monday, okay? Mick Davenport there. Daniel Holmes 293. Can you buy my shirt? No, I'm afraid not, Yvonne. Or the cup. You can't buy these things. You have to win them, Yvonne, I'm afraid. You have to win these, darling. Yvonne, the shirt is priceless. Mary, yeah, you're right, it is. I wouldn't give this away. Michael Lawrence, thank you, Michael. 294. Shania Steele, 295. She's 5 minutes away from the seaside, aren't you, Shania? Yvonne, 296. Adam, 297. Paul and Lou, 298. Is that everyone? Has everyone got a raffle tickets? Maureen, 299. Anyone else been missed out? Please speak now or forever hold thy peace. As always, gang, if you've asked for your raffle ticket by email, I deal with those immediately after today's show, okay? I've got to go down to the post office and drop that mug. Oh, actually, no, instead of going for a walk, I'll go for a bike ride down to the delivery office. I like doing that. Then I can put some water in the back as well. Send those off there. The O is the same as O in orange. So, Joe Woodrofe. Orange. I can't even say it now. Orange. Rofe. Joe... I think I need professional help somewhere, don't I, Joe? I did have a psychiatrist once for depression. Honest, I did. Joe Woodrofe. Does that sound right? Joe Woodrofe. Like oath. Joe Woodrofe, I reckon. Anyone else been missing a raffle ticket there? Please speak now, boys and girls. Meanwhile... let's do today's birthdays. How many we got today? 9 birthdays today. All right. It's Sam. Good morning, Sam Desmond. Big time DJ. Remixer. He's doing DJ lessons as well now, aren't you, Sam? 33 today. Happy birthday, Sam. When he was 18, he was my sound boy in heaven when I was DJing at Set Heaven. He's a big time DJ now. So, Sam, I hope your work comes back soon. All right. Sam Desmond, 33 today. DMS. Rahul Singh, good morning. 21 years old today. Happy birthday, Rahul. Trevor Ofori Ata. Is that Trev, is it? Yeah, Trevor. Hello, Trevor. 54 years old today. Good morning to you. Kieran O'Brien. Good morning to the delightful Kieran O'Brien. He was my manager for a little period of time, or assistant manager, I think, at Central Station. Good morning, Kieran. Happy birthday to you. He does. I think you do dog walking now, don't you? Do dog walking for a job? You walk people's dogs. Susanne Brown today is 38 years old. Sharon Olav, morning Sharon. Happy birthday to you. And Trevor Dunbar's birthday as well today. Happy birthday to each and every one of you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you all. Apparently I still got Joe's name right. Joe Woodrofe. Joe Woodrofe, does that sound alright? I'm sorry, Joe. I do try my best. I usually only slip up over foreign names. Amelia Dodd's got a raffle ticket there. Number 300 coming in at the bottom of the list there. I think that's all, isn't it? Is that all? Lovely. That's all today for the show. Thank you so much for joining us. We've had a bit of a laugh today, haven't we? Hope you've enjoyed the show. If you have, please share it on your various walls and let's join in the fun and get a few more people involved, all right? I'll see you again tomorrow morning, round about the same time. Have a lovely day. If you get too hot, come out of that sun. You'll find it, if you've been outside, actually, I noticed this yesterday, been outside, you come inside, it's always cooler in your house. Not the case in a caravan. I can actually interrogate my caravan from here with the Wi-Fi and all that. And I discovered yesterday in my caravan living room, it was 39 degrees at 7 o'clock at night. 39 degrees. Cool, that's too much for me, my darling. Too much for me. Call him Woody. Have a nice day. Thanks very much for watching and listening. I'll see you again tomorrow morning. Cheerio now.